Robbery, a crime almost as old as humanity itself, has evolved tremendously over the centuries. The crafty art of thievery has been shaped and reshaped over time, with each era bringing its unique twists and turns. In the earliest days of human civilization, the act of robbery was a crude and brutish affair. Strong men would overpower their victims with sheer physical might, snatching what they could before making a hasty retreat. As societies became more complex, so did the methods of their criminals. In the Middle Ages, for instance, robbers began to employ more cunning techniques. They disguised themselves, used distractions, and even built elaborate tunnels to achieve their nefarious goals. The advent of the Industrial Revolution in the 18th and 19th centuries brought about even more dramatic changes. The urban environment with its crowded streets and labyrinthine alleyways provided a new playground for robbers. They learned to blend into the crowd, to pick pockets with surgical precision, and to vanish into the shadows before anyone realized what had happened. Our modern era, the age of information and technology, has given birth to a new breed of robber. Today's criminals utilize cutting-edge gadgets, complex software, and even the internet to carry out their illicit activities. They've traded in their masks and daggers for laptops and Wi-Fi connections, turning traditional robbery on its head. And yet, despite these advancements, the essence of robbery remains the same. It's a game of cat and mouse, a battle of wits between the robber and his quarry. The robber must always be one step ahead, anticipating his victim's moves and adjusting his strategy accordingly. As we've seen, the art of robbery has come a long way from its primitive origins. It's a fascinating, albeit unsettling testament to human ingenuity and adaptability. But remember, while our focus today is on understanding these techniques, it's crucial that we use this knowledge to prevent crime, not to perpetrate it. Now let's delve into some intriguing case studies that demonstrate these techniques in action. In the realm of robbery, the art of distraction reigns supreme. Let's delve into a real-life case that illustrates this perfectly. Picture a bustling city in the heart of the United Kingdom. In broad daylight, a group of robbers staged an elaborate street performance. While onlookers were enthralled by the spectacle, a few members of the group discreetly slipped away. They silently infiltrated a nearby store, swiftly pocketing valuable items, all while the CCTV cameras were focused on the spectacle outside. The robbers then casually merged back into the crowd, disappearing without a trace. By the time the store owners realized what had transpired, it was already too late. The robbers had vanished, leaving behind no evidence of their identities. This case serves as a stark reminder of how cunning and resourceful thieves can be. As we just witnessed, a well-executed distraction can be a thief's best friend. When it comes to escaping the watchful eye of CCTV, a good disguise can be a game-changer. Let's delve into a fascinating case that demonstrates this perfectly. In the heart of London, a group known as the Gentlemen Thieves pulled off a series of heists, leaving the authorities baffled. Their secret? They used clever disguises, transforming themselves into characters blending seamlessly into the crowd. One day, they'd be construction workers, the next, street performers. They changed their appearance so effectively that they completely evaded the ever-watchful CCTV cameras. Their disguises were more than just costumes. They embodied their characters, mastering the mannerisms, the walk, the talk. Their performances were so convincing that even the people they interacted with had no clue they were in the company of robbers. This case demonstrates the power of a well-executed disguise. A convincing disguise can make all the difference between getting caught and getting away. In the world of theft, timing isn't just everything, it's the only thing. Let's delve into a fascinating case that underscores this stark reality. In a small town, a group of robbers pulled off a daring heist, not through brute force or high-tech gadgetry, but by studying and exploiting patterns in the operation times of the local bank's CCTV system. Over several weeks, they observed the bank meticulously, noting the exact times when the security cameras were active, and more importantly, when they were not. They discovered that every night, for a brief window of 15 minutes, the CCTV system underwent a routine maintenance check and was effectively blind. It was during this small window of opportunity that the robbers struck, swooping in and out with surgical precision before the cameras flickered back to life. Their meticulous planning and perfect timing allowed them to evade capture, leaving the authorities baffled and empty-handed. As this case reveals, with perfect timing, even the most secure locations can be breached. As technology advances, so does the sophistication of robbery techniques. This couldn't be truer than in an infamous case where robbers used high-tech methods to commit a high-profile heist. The criminals in question were not your everyday thugs. They were a group of tech-savvy thieves who meticulously planned their heist down to the last detail. They used advanced technology to disable the CCTV systems, effectively making themselves invisible to the watchful eyes of security. They manipulated the surveillance feeds, creating a loop of empty spaces where they were in reality. This left the security personnel oblivious to their movements, allowing them to operate undetected. It was a clear demonstration of the role technology plays in modern-day robberies. It's not just about brute force or quick getaways anymore, but also about outsmarting the system using the very tools designed to prevent such occurrences. This case serves as a stark reminder of how technology can be a double-edged sword. Sometimes the oldest tricks in the book can be the most effective. Let's delve into a case where these ancient tactics were put to use. In the mid-2000s, a group of thieves in the heart of London decided to go old school with their approach. They employed a combination of smoke and mirrors, literally. They set off smoke grenades to create a thick, obscuring fog, while strategically placing mirrors to reflect the light and further distort the vision of the CCTV cameras. The smoke created an impenetrable curtain, blinding the cameras and the security staff, while the mirrors bounced off the light in random directions, causing a visual chaos. The robbers, wearing infrared goggles, navigated through the smoke and mirrors with ease, escaping capture by the CCTV cameras. The simplicity of the plan was its genius. By going back to basics and using a method as old as time, they managed to outwit modern technology. As this case shows, sometimes the simplest tactics can be the most effective. In some cases, the sheer number of robbers involved can overwhelm security measures. Let's delve into a fascinating instance of this. In the heart of London, a group of 30 robbers, yes, you heard it right, 30, orchestrated a heist that left authorities baffled. The sheer volume of individuals involved created a chaotic scene, difficult for the CCTV cameras to comprehensively capture. Each robber had a specific role, from creating distractions to physically carrying out the theft. This well-oiled machine of criminals operated in unison, creating a flurry of activity that confused both on-site security and later the authorities reviewing the footage. The CCTV, designed to focus on individual actions, struggled with the mass activity, providing the robbers with the perfect smokescreen. This case illustrates that sometimes, strength in numbers can be a successful strategy for robbers. It's a chilling reminder of the audacious lengths criminals will go to in order to evade capture. As we've seen, robbery techniques have evolved considerably over the years. This evolution is a testament to the cunning and resourcefulness of those who operate outside the boundaries of law and order. Let's take a moment to revisit the main techniques that we've discussed. Distraction, for instance, has long been a favorite of the crafty criminal, drawing attention away from their true intentions and providing them with the opportunity to act undetected. Then we have disguises. From a simple mask to an elaborate costume, disguises serve to conceal the identity of the perpetrator and often play a vital role in their escape from the scene of a crime. These disguises are not just about physical appearance, but also about blending into the crowd, becoming just another face in the sea of people. Timing is another crucial factor. The perfect heist requires not just meticulous planning but also impeccable timing. Striking when the iron is hot, or rather when the CCTV is not, can make all the difference between getting caught and getting away. We also touched on the role of technology. In the modern world, technology is a double-edged sword. While it aids law enforcement in their pursuit of justice, it also provides robbers with tools to evade capture, from jamming devices that disable surveillance cameras to software that can manipulate digital footprints. The use of smoke and mirrors, both metaphorically and literally, is another technique that has stood the test of time. Creating a smokescreen or a diversion can confuse and delay the response of law enforcers, buying the criminals precious time to escape. Lastly, we discussed the power of numbers. There is strength in unity, even for those on the wrong side of the law. A well-coordinated group can overcome obstacles that would be insurmountable for a lone individual. While these techniques can be fascinating to study, they also serve as a reminder of the ongoing battle between law enforcement and those who choose to operate outside the law.